YouTubers. I want to welcome you to another edition of Bargain Bin Amps, or Bargain Bin Gear. And last time, we took a look at the VHT used Special 6 close-back 1x12 cabinet. And remember, if you had watched that video, you should subscribe, to keep track of each video and things. But in the last video, basically we took a look at that VHT cabinet, and it came with a bad speaker, unfortunately. So pulled that speaker, and basically I had to get a replacement speaker for the cabinet, right? And remember that the existing VHT cabinet that I had, and I wanted to with the same speaker, and I was gonna play them in stereo and that kind of thing. And the existing VHT cabinet that I had a very unusual speaker in a way for me, in that it was a Weber, right? 12a125a alnico magnet speaker. Okay, and kind of had that vintage, woody, kind of hollow, vintage sound, so kind of unusual speaker. It was an 8-ohm speaker. Handling capacity was only about 30 watts. Right? Now, one, I thought it'd be really hard to find, and I did see a used one, but it was pretty much the price of a new one, and it had kind of problems, like a loose bell and, on the back of it, and those kinds of things, and it was all dented up and stuff. I don't know. Anyway, so I kind of steered clear to that, and I was worried that maybe the speakers, quite expensive, and the most alnico speakers are more expensive than their ceramic counterparts. But then I found one brand new. And so it was about, I think, $125, which sounds real expensive, but when you think of it, a new Cannabis Rex speaker will basically be about the same, really, and that's a ceramic, so it's not crazy expensive, so I thought, okay, well, I'm going to try it. If anything, if I don't like it, I can always resell it, and I wanted it to match the other cabinet, so I went ahead and ordered it. So let's have an unboxing here, and we'll take a look at it. Okay, now, first, here's the VHT cabinet, right, the used one that we got last time in the last video. And so I've taken the back panel off, took out the old speaker. Take a look at it. Okay, here it is. And so hold on a second. Okay, so here's the cabinet right there, and the screws are already there waiting for a speaker. So what speaker do I have? Well, here it is. Wow, look at that. It's a Weber 12a125a 8-ohm 30 watts. So let's do an unboxing. This came earlier today. try this at home. Only trained professionals should attempt. Okay. Unboxing. Look at this. Oh my. Oh my. Here it is. Here we go. Oh, we've got some paper here. We've got some paper here. I'll be darned. Well, there's another box in here. Wow. Come on out of there. Hold on a second. I gotta put the camera down. Okay, here's the box. It says Weber Vintage Series 12a125a alnico magnet, 12-inch 8-ohm 30-watt green hot dog basket speaker. Wow, with a green hot dog basket. Yummy. Okay, good. Yeah, I like hot dogs. They're good. Okay. Alright, let's open this up. Wow, look at this. Here it is, the real deal. Look at that. Classic alnico. Here it is. And I'll tell you what, it reminds me of a Jensen. You know, with the green and everything. Pretty good sized magnet. It's not all that heavy, really. I'm pretty impressed. Alright. Anyway, I'm gonna install it here in this cabinet and let's see what we get. Okay, I've got it installed here. And it's wired up here. I'm gonna close the cabinet, the close-back cabinet. So let's do that and then we'll try it out. Ow. Okay. Now, so I went ahead and installed it, the Weber and the VHT cabinet, and, you know, it was very, very simple and very straightforward. Nothing unusual, you know, all the holes lined up correctly. So, you know, I heard that they had, you know, that they were kind of fragile, so you have to be kind of careful with them. To me, you know, it installed like any other speaker, and it was wasn't very difficult at all, you know. And I remember that I had some Jensen speakers, and they always had that green, you know, frame. Okay, that green frame, and I thought it was, you know, I guess you can order the Webers with different colored frames, you know, that actually hold the speaker, and but mine was just a green, you know, but it's going into a closed back cabinet, so, you know, as far as that goes, you're not really going to see the speaker anyway, right? So that wasn't really an issue. So how does it sound? Well, let's hear it. Okay, so I've got my little travel guitar here. Okay, so let's take a listen to it. very first thing I notice is this big, kind of woody tone, if you like. Reminds me, look, think of a Jensen type sound. So you can really hear it there, that kind of woody tone. Okay, and remember I'm on the neck pickup here, and my EQ settings on the amp are 7 on the bass and 3 on the treble. Now if I move that up, and I'll do that here in a second, you can see it can get really bright. So let's do that. Okay, now if I moved up the treble up to 7, you can hear the difference. I didn't turn it all the way down to 3, but about 3.5. Let's hear that. Well, to me it sounds best at the EQ 3 on the treble. It's just quite dark, really. big fan of the Weber 12a125a speaker, and yeah, I don't think I've ever heard a bad Weber speaker, quite frankly. Yeah, so I don't know if that comes across, but I really love this speaker. I think it's really great. Anyway, certainly no regrets here, and I can tell you, you know, right when I ordered it, you know, I was really skeptical a little bit, and I was like, man, you know, I hope I'm doing the right thing. What if it doesn't sound good, or, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And now all those fears, if you like, are gone, and very, very pleased. I mean, it's just an awesome speaker. Now listen, I really, really like that speaker, and I really sought out that speaker because I had bought a used VHT cab that came with that Weber 12a125a alnico speaker, you know, and I'm certainly not a, you know, speaker specialist or anything, but I really like the sound of it, you know, especially with these little Fender Super X or Super Champ X2s, right? So, so I read up on it, you know, and I'm actually quite pleased with it. And, you know, usually alnico speakers are quite expensive. And I mean, I know they make one that's like in the $200-some range, even a little more than that. Luckily, this one was a lot less expensive, and you really do get that kind of, hard to explain, but kind of a woody, almost hollowish type tone that I really like. Now, upon reading about this speaker, right, it in fact is a kind of a Jensen replacement, you know, for the Fender 5E3 Tweed circuit, you know, type amps there. Basically a little Fender tube amps. And it very much has the old school kind of vintage tube sound, you know, kind of like that you would expect, and you can definitely hear that, especially in the high end, but I think also in the low end as well. And I think the speaker in this case, I think it's like a not much more than if you were to buy a Cannabis Rex, really. You know, not a bad price at all. The Cannabis Rex these days go new for, you know, $125, $130 after it's all said and done with taxes and everything. And the alnico, you know, about the same price really. I guess one big thing is it only handles 30 watts. So I was thinking, man, I don't know, 30 watts, that's not a lot of handling for a speaker, you know. However, you know, it has a really sweet tone to it, you know, real warm tone. Yet you still get the brightness because of the alnico, I think. Get kind of the alnico high-end tone, you know, kind of sparkly, chimey sound. And when you combine the two together, it's really great. And you can get quite loud. I was really quite surprised. And I mean, I have cabinets about the similar size as a VHT. And the Weber seems to have more low end than the other speakers that I have. You know, I have a Greenback, a Celestion 7080 as well. And compared to all of those, you know, and definitely that, it just has a tone that I really like. You know, I'm quite surprised. You know, because I'm not like a big, you know, super vintage fan, but I really like the sound of it. And it does remind me kind of a Jensen type speaker. You know, if that means anything to anyone. Very, yeah, like I said, kind of woody and that kind of thing. So it's a really, really nice tone. Certainly not maybe for everyone, depending on, you know, what musical style you like. You know, obviously if you're playing metal or so on, you know, maybe it's not quite the speaker for you, but very, very pleased. And quite something. It's kind of a very refined tone, I think. You know, very much so. I remember I kind of described it, you know, if a cabinet was a carpet, you know, it'd be like this real, like take a Cannabis Rex or a 7080, and it's kind of a modern carpet, you know. Whereas the VHT really, it would be kind of this, you know, ancient Oriental carpet. To me, it has that kind of sound to it. Very refined, kind of vintagey sound. You know, very nice, and I'm very pleased that it does sound different, you know, than some of the other speakers I have. It seems to really like, for whatever reason, that little closed back VHT cabinet, surprisingly. So you get that real nice kind of low end, that kind of thing. Okay, so overall, man, I'm really, really pleased with the Weber 12a125a. Certainly works great in the VHT cabinet, and it's just kind of effortless to get the sound that I want with it. You know, there's no unusual sounds, and it reacts and feels, you know, the way I expect it to, I guess. Just a really nice quality sound. you know, for the style that I play, you know, the guitar sound that I want, which is just kind of a clean sound. You know, I've never even tried it with a distorted sound, really. And actually, I bet it would sound pretty good. Now, you know, if you're a metal player and stuff, and, you know, high gain player, I don't know that, you know, an alnico vintage speaker might not be, you know, your favorite. But for me, that, you know, that's not quite what it was designed for. You know, however, it's a great pedal platform as far as running pedals and things. Just no problems there. It's just really nice, high quality sound. You know, I just have nothing bad to say about it, and in fact, went way beyond my expectations. So, you know, and as far as the handling capacity, which I was a little concerned about, plenty loud. I never heard it break up or anything, or not be able to handle the sound, you know. And I mean, I have the, granted they're little 15-watt tube amps, you know, but I'm running at 4 or 5 on the volume, and that's quite loud, really. You know, so as far as that goes, it's fine. You know, now I have a carbon 100-watt tube head, and I don't think I'd run my carbon head into the, you know, into the little 30-watt alnico speaker. It's probably not the best idea. But it's plenty loud, super nice bass response, and also nice high end. It's kind of a well balanced sound. You know, I'd say it's a little scooped, you know, just a tiny bit on the mids, I guess. Overall, highly recommended speaker, you know. So just have nothing bad to say about it. If you're looking for a really nice, clean sound, that might be a speaker you would consider. You know, so overall, I have a, you know, nice pair of VHT little 1x12 cabinets with those Weber alnico speakers, and I mean, that's just a super sound. I mean, very pleased. I thought it was a really high quality sound. Alright, very good. I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.